welcome back, guys. Over the weekend, there are some good lithium battery news from China. Major players in the field has announced price hike for almost 10% on their lithium battery product, which I think is also good news for the lithium product stocks in the United States market. But before everything, let's look at the SPY index first. For the overall, after a 2.3% rebound, we have a slightly red candle on Friday, which I don't think it's a sign for buying into the rebound. I think the stock market is a bit neutral as well. I would like to see SPY retest 441 and then probably maintain about this gap at a 443 level. Then I will consider this is a legit breakup, and probably we'll see a retest of 445, and then we're gonna come back to retest 435 before the overall good news from the companies reporting the earnings report. So now let's go to some lithium stocks. I think the major players, the one is LAC. I really like its setup here. It's a red bar, but with a reduced volume. So I would see it will retest short-term 22 on Monday, and then it will retest 25 over the long term. Long term meaning maybe the next 12 months. Okay? If it is affected by the overall market environment after the earnings season, it may come back to 15. But since we're almost 100% certain that the electric car market is going to be the hottest next thing ever in the next 5 years, I think LAC is a very promising stock. And its share flow is very tiny and with a decent short float. And with hedge funds going into this stock, it's very easy to manipulate with a big price boost if they want to do something for momentum gains. Okay. Next one, lithium, I'm going to talk about is Piedmont. I think it's a company has its mine in Las Vegas desert, and it's just signed a several years contract with Tesla to supply lithium. I think the contract was signed back then, maybe around February or March of 2021. Now you can see it holds pretty well, around 50. And its market cap is also very tiny. And this is also a stock that can be easily manipulated. Okay? So keep this one in check. And the next one I'd like to look into is QuantumScape. Okay? And it has a relatively large rebound last 2 weeks ago. So we see 20 is support, and then 27 it looks like a upper sellings. So we see there's some sort of a consolidation, a support at 23. So I'm very interested in the next price move. Okay, I would say it's retest 27 and then retest 37. And then if they can really come up a legitimate product, then it will be 60, 85 is the next target, okay? This is also a stock that's heavily shorted, 15%. So any good news can make the stock sky high again, okay? Now let's look at other EV players in the market. Tesla is reporting, I think, October 20th, and looks like weekly chart, very tiny, very small red bars. Looks like we have buy-ins into the early season from May, okay? And we are forming a platform, tiny platform here between 767 and 800. With its earnings coming up, looks like it's gonna fill the gap either 815 or even 850, okay? If I were you, I would buy November 19th, probably 850 call, just to play the earnings report and then November delivery. And also remember, Tesla almost sold out its 2022 a product capacity, okay? So this is a very promising sign for the Tesla stock price. Even though we know there are some manipulations in its stock because of its volatility, if you are in way early, I would say, if you, as long as it don't fall below 550, you can just still holding it and don't have to worry about the volatility, okay? And then other EV makers is Chinese players, NIO. NIO has a very nice setup here, very reduced volume red bar, and it's reporting in November. So we see resistance at 37. If it can break out 37, we would see filling the gap of 40 and then 45, okay? Any good news between China and the US relations could boost this stock. I think if you buy in, I would set my stop loss at 31. And looks like it's a 2-to-1 winning ratio for the long term. Not bad. And then the next one is Xpev. Xpev is also looking pretty good, breaking out of the wedge with nice volume. Next target is 40 and then 45. Okay. And then if I buy, the stop loss would be around 30. Okay. And then the next one I would like to look at is CleanSpark. It's a charging company and also is a Bitcoin play. Looks like it's filling the previous gap. So the next price target is 15, stop loss around 11. Next price target is 20. I think probably there will be a strong resistance at 15. So I'll keep this in my observation list, watch list. But I would not jump in very soon unless there's a large volume like here. If it's a break above 8 million or 30 million, then we'll buy in again, okay? Other stocks. Let's look at Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft break out the wedge, but still it's heavy weight in the SPY index, so I probably will stand on the sideline for next Monday, but I will keep it in close watch because it has nice dividend payout. So you can buy it for short term for dividend play, or it will refill the gap of 300. So the win-lose ratio is about 1-to-1. Let's look at Apple. Okay, Apple is also bring out the wedge, still neutral. Next target 145, long term 150 for earnings report. It has support at 135. Okay, and then let's look at some cloud play. Alibaba. Alibaba is rebound nicely. I think its earnings is next November. It's November, so you can see their resistance 178. Probably will bounce off to 150 to consolidate and then come back for the earnings season. I would keep it on my watch list. Similarly, the Chinese e-commerce stock is PDD. PDD looks as the better shapes than Alibaba. If I buy in, the cut loss will be 85. Next product target is the 100, 120. I'll also keep it on my watch list as well. Let's look at travel stocks. Uber is consolidating here. Support 47. Hopefully it will retest 50. Cut loss 47. So that'll be like around 221. Let's look at also airlines. Airlines was not so good. It's outside the red bar. It doesn't look like the setup here. Dow is the same. Support is 42. Next target is 46. Let's look at Affirm. Internet issues. Affirm is break out nicely. I'm a little bit worried about its volume here. Resistance 141, probably retest the 110, and then with its earnings, we're probably jumping out of the resistance here. Looks like it's a growth stock with next long-term target maybe like around 180. If the earnings is good, I'll keep this in my close watch. I think overall these are gonna be the stocks I watch for next week. Still, I'm waiting for the SPY index. For these 20-day moving average, golden cross 50 moving average on the above. Okay. If it can above its 50 days moving average line, it's a good opportunity to buy in again. So good luck trading, and I'll see you next time.